Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day.
Or another day if you're listening to this not on the Wednesdays when our episodes drop.
But they drop on Wednesdays. So happy Hump Day anyway.
Yeah.
Hope your last Hump Day was good. Hope the next one's good.
Absolutely.
This one. But welcome back to Chronic Podcast.
Yeah. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Meg.
It's so good to see you.
You too.
It's been, I don't know, maybe
a couple
36
days.
hours.
But it feels so long.
It's really
all the
tragically
time.
long.
All the time. Wait, you just said before, because we're recording this, or you were just talking about 2-4, the date.
Oh,
and you were saying how 4 is your favorite number.
It is.
I was on a Zoom meeting the other day, and it was 444. And we were all chatting and blah, blah, blah. And I've been doing all this casting, as you know, for something I'm working on for my actual job.
J-O-B.
I have a job. Besides this job, this is a great job. And I was like, ooh, it's 444. And one of the guys was like, is that good? I was like, yeah,
It's not
angel
bad.
numbers. It's great. It's angel numbers.
Royalty, dude.
And I explained angel numbers. But then one of the girls in the meeting was like, well, you know, actually the number 4 in, I think she said Chinese
Everyone
culture,
says this.
said it's like death.
Yeah.
Like, because the character looks like
That's
death.
why it's my favorite number.
But she was like, so, you know, so she's like, but she said it in such a sweet way. But she was like, yeah, so the number 4 can like,
It means death.
it means terrible. I'm like, and then we're all just on this meeting and I'm like, well, I like angel numbers. So I think we're on the right path, guys. It's good. It's great. It's great. It's
She
great.
really knows how to bring morale right up.
My goodness. It's like,
I'm not sacrificing for
I'm sure no.
things.
It's the
only
one I
have
see
meaning.
the most. It's the one I see the most.
Yes.
Besides, I see 222 the most, but and second to 444.
Things only have meaning that we give meaning to.
That's so true.
Bam.
Whoa.
I see 707 a lot, which is funny because I grew up. That was my 707.
Oh, that's funny.
Area
Oh,
code,
that's funny.
and everyone was very big about like 707. Bitch, say it backwards.
Cool.
707.
It's a palindrome.
It's a palindrome, like my birth year. Ooh, go figure that one out. I do love a palindrome. Anything that has order. Anything
True.
that's orderly in this chaotic
We love.
universe of entropy.
Yeah. So, how you
Oh
doing,
my
Meg?
gosh. I'm actually really great. I'm doing really well. I've had a really
Care to
solid
elaborate?
week. My health has been pretty good. I started an experimental, not crazy experimental, but an alternative treatment this week. And honestly, my headspace has been really good around it. We briefly touched on last episode about treatment fatigue, or maybe it was in the intro, treatment fatigue and how it can be such a pain in the ass to try something again. And so everything is lined up. I wasn't ready to do this treatment a few months ago when it was presented to me. And now I really am in such a good spot where all my cells are on board and
Yay.
we're doing this.
We love to see it.
That's right.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So how long has it been now?
It's only been 4 days. I've had no side effects. So
Amazing. Do you,
yeah.
I don't know if it's too early to tell because
Yeah, I don't know.
you don't notice anything.
It's 8 weeks.
Okay, so it's a little hard.
Yeah.
Wow, what a slow moving medication.
I mean,
it sounds like.
that's how the bodies heal.
Yeah, you're right.
And
you're right.
also, I think when I first started doing treatments, I wanted to do things really hard and fast.
Well, I think it's so part of just who we are as humans
And our culture.
now in 2024
Yeah.
that we need
Fast.
instant gratification
Yes.
for everything.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy because that's just not how things work ever.
No. And
we're disappointed, but yeah.
And then we're disappointed. And so I liked, and that's just my nature in general. It's like hard and fast, do it all, do it now. And my system was like, fuck, every time I do that. And I would have doctors say, take it slow. We're not going to do 20 supplements at once because
Fine.
then how, no, literally I'm like, so I've relented and I'm in a totally new, I'm a much better patient because that is something we talk about in Buddhism, that there's no blind faith. There's no woo-woo like, well, I hope it gets better. No, you have to, in my practice, we chant to find the best doctors, get the best medicine, and be the best patient. And be the best patient.
I really like that a lot.
Is the thing.
You know, it's so funny because my mom, my whole life, she's always been like, you're such a good patient because I've never minded. I've never minded going to the doc. I actually really like going to the doctor. Is that weird? I mean, maybe not now as an adult, but when I was younger,
So
well, I
sterile.
actually think my pediatrician growing up, Dr. McCarthy, if you're still alive and you're
XOXO.
ever listening to this, I have no idea why you would be.
God, I miss my pediatrician.
No, she was a saint, and she was just this wonderful woman. She was from Ireland, so she had like the greatest Irish
Ireland.
accent, and they had these really great like little
Candies?
like cookies that I always got. And it was a very specific cookie that I just remember always getting. So I think I just have really good memories of, but I've always been,
It's like me and Barnes and Nobles. My mom would always get me a Madeline cookie if I went with her. And I thought that only Barnes and Noble sold Madelines. And those what's one of those things that as you get older, you're like, that can't be right. But I was convinced. So I remember asking a babysitter once, like, oh my gosh, can we go to Barnes and Nobles? I want to get their cookies. And she was like, what do you mean their cookies? I was like, the Madeline cookies. She goes, no, those are just cookies.
Wow. It's so, we all have those moments in your life where someone breaks it to you.
Constantly.
Actually, wait.
To this day.
I'm going to tell a really quick story that relates to that.
Please,
that
God.
is similar to that. But it kind of relates back to last episode.
Jamie, you're such a pro.
All right, let me think what year this could have been. This was probably, let's call it 2012. So it was 12 years ago. How old am I? Oh, God, math, man.
Don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter.
The story is more important than the numbers.
Well, no, because I was in my 20s. But I was in my 20s, right? 2012. And I had a bunch of friends over my apartment. And I don't even know why I brought this up in conversation, but the line of some sort that I said was like, well, you don't want to touch squirrels because their tails have rabies. And I said it very factually, like, right, like, obviously.
Okay, but they could.
Well, wait. No,
Their
but
mouths could.
Yes, but to me, just the plain black and white fact,
I'm an adult. This is the world.
Rabies in their tails.
Period.
I was in my mid-20s, and at that point, I still believed I would look at squirrels everywhere and look at those fluffy tails and be like,
because you have like your cousins and then like your first cousins.
That's not right, is it?
That's not right.
Well, wait, but so my friends are all over, and I said this, and it just gets quiet, and they all look at me, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Squirrels have rabies in their tail." They're like, "No, they don't." And I was like, "My mom told me when I was little that they had," and when in my 20s when I confronted her, she's like, "Oh, I probably just didn't want you to touch them."
Squirrels.
And I was like,
effective.
I took it. That is what I firmly
overcorrected.
Believed. So,
oh God,
we won't always talk about squirrels, but we might.
Wow, how did squirrels make it into 2 episodes now?
Now I'm going to aim for everyone.
I know we'll has to be a thing.
Yeah,
squirrel
time.
Okay, well,
anyway, so I'm so sorry, but please continue about your journey with your new medication.
No, that was perfect. Okay. I think that's it. I mean, essentially, I'm doing these meditations where I'm not a meditation girly. I have a hard time sitting back and whatever. But I've been really digging these. I just go on YouTube and I'm like pain meditation or chronic illness meditation.
There's something for everyone, literally.
Oh my gosh, how do you even I'm finding the ones I like. The American ones are a little bit jarring because it's just someone being like, close your eyes, feel these things. And I'm like, I don't know.
Like the what do you call it? Like the Siri voice or like
it feels almost like Siri's telling me to chill out. But what I really prefer are the voices that are, I don't know, English or Australian. And I wait for certain words to figure out if it's Australian. You wait for like an ear thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about. So I did a meditation a few days ago that was very much about the cell because, again, I'm taking this new medication and I'm literally talking to my cells because the cells know what to do. All right. I was like, okay, guys, let's go saddle up.
My little army.
Yeah, my little like, wee. So I've literally been picturing all my little cells as little minion characters. They're these little bubbles. And it's making me smile and laugh, which is such an important, I'm learning to keep my life condition high, to keep my energy up, and to be like, we're doing this all together. You and me are united. You and me being me and my body. That was a huge, when I first got sick, this is a tiny aside, but when I first got sick, I really was like in a battle with my body. And I'm like, come on, bitch, like fucking get online. Let's go. I have a life to live. And I was being really abrasive and just kind of cruel. And then I had this epiphany when I was chanting about my illness, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the relationship I've had with my body my whole life. The illness is just a different kind of arena. But before that, it was being a dancer. You're never enough. Before that, it was like the eating disorder. You're never enough. And it was me versus my body. And I'm like, okay, when we're mad at our bodies, it's because we want our body to change. But in this moment, my body cannot change. So what can I change? My relationship to it. And it was like,
mind blown.
Oh,
wow.
My God.
That's so healthy and like really nice.
Yeah, but I've been sharing that with people, especially women who I feel like there's so much suffering and there can be really bad days just because of what the scale said. And it's like,
totally.
How can I change my relationship with my body and be kind to it and loving compassion.
And also it's a lot of cognitive training, right? You have to like train your brain to, our brains are so mean to us, which we're going to get into this episode today.
Yeah, actually that's a perfect.
It really was.
Wow.
God, we're so good at this.
Just professionals.
Oh my God. No, but our brains are just like so mean to us, and you have to talk to it and be like, no, we're going to have this thought process.
Yeah.
It's the better one.
Yeah.
Different
just
one.
Stop it. Shut up. But yeah, so all that to be said, I'm picturing my little cells as we are a united front, and they're all like, woo! And I'm like, I'm listening to my house music, and I'm picturing them doing their house moves, like, oh, yeah, oh, just all booties and elbows. And then this morning when I got up, as I'm eating breakfast, I'm picturing all of them like, me, just like eating their breakfast and getting all the nourishment out of the food that they need for all their little cell bodies. And then I'm doing my morning chanting, and they're all with me going, just all my little cell baby bodies.
In my mind, so you mentioned elbows, but in my mind, they're all just like little blobs, but they have your face.
Yeah, just my like. Get on YouTube, folks.
Those little voices in your head.
My mom is convinced that I've never taken a picture with my mouth closed, and she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
As my iPhone goes, remember this memory 7 years ago? I'm just, just mouth open. Yes, so
mouth open, heart wide.
Heart wide, mouth wide.
I don't know if people say that.
Legs crossed. It always comes back. Always comes back. But so yeah, so I'm very excited. It's very positive.
Oh, I thought you were gonna high five me.
Oh
No.
High five.
Okay, thank you.
No.
So it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Anyway.
I'm terrible at high fives though, so we should have anticipated.
You are bad at them, and I'd like to get better.
Friends, it's one of those weird things you don't know about yourself until you...
I don't know why you can't put power into them. That's what people want.
I don't know. I think maybe once I hurt somebody because I'm so strong.
Wow.
It's true. I'm over the top. I used to get in trouble all the time for being too much. Funny. I used to get kicked out of the classroom in high school.
Like high-fiving?
Yeah, for just aggressive high fives. No, because I've always been a very like physical person and very like I would get amped up too much and start breaking things or like hurting people, but not out of malice, out of purely just I'm so excited.
Well,
so
you can't hurt me.
I've been told a lot of times, less Meg. I've literally been told, less Meg.
Fuck that
Do
shit.
less.
No.
Be less.
Just be Meg.
Be small.
Just be Meg.
Yeah, just be Meg.
High five me. That was, I mean, it was bad, but it was good. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
And it was the third one. Oh, I love it.
Oh, I think the dog is trying to make an approach.
Are you coming up?
Or is this an approach?
Yay! If you're watching us on YouTube, which you should, Chronic Pod on YouTube, because you can watch us, not just listen to us. Meg's the most adorable dog ever. Hello.
Yes, the world's best.
Cusco has joined us.
Yeah. Poison for Cusco. The Cusco's poison.
Cusco
is my emotional service animal, and he was ride or die through all of my stuff.
He always
friends.
is.
He is the sweetest child.
He's so good.
You're a good boy. Yeah.
Kuzi, what do you have to say to the pod?
Wow.
Good job.
Deep, bro.
All right. So should we get into what?
Do you want to step into the spiral?
God. Yep. So, well, actually, well, never mind. I was going to make a really dumb joke.
Mental health episode.
Water spiraling down the drain. But, yep. Today's a mental health episode. And our main topic for today is spiraling. I don't know. I have to imagine there's so many of you. Not so many, but I have to imagine
everyone listening is spiraling actively right now.
At least one of you who's listening, watching this out there, who from time to time experiences a spiral.
Yes.
We call it, I mean, I feel like there's no other name for it, because basically what I'm describing is, and I'll just talk about the Jamie podcast.
I'm just going to talk about myself.
No.
I'm such a dick. Friends, every time I fuck with Jamie, it's because I know that she will do that, and it makes me laugh. I'm a good friend.
But we're friends. This is a friend podcast.
I love everything Jamie has to say. She just gets self-conscious, and so I poke her about that.
And we love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah. No, but so without making it all about me, but it is about me right now. I recently had a spiral. I talked about a job earlier. I recently started a job I'm doing. I guess I'll just say I'm doing freelance production right now. It's the best way to say that. And I started this job and, it was kind of laid out for me what I'm going to be doing and all the things I'm responsible for. And I'm meeting new people and I'm doing new processes. And there's just, a lot of pressure and kind of going back to us being like, I got to do it all right now, right? You want to do everything all at once.
Yes. Be good at everything right now.
Yeah, we are very similar in that way. Like, I just want to be good at everything immediately.
Because we're pleasers. We want gold stars.
I want gold stars. I want a pat on the head, pat on the back. And I'm just like, you're so amazing right now. Yeah. And so I ended up having a couple days where I just spiraled. And like, when you're in a spiral, your thoughts are just racing. All I can think about is all the things I have to do, all the things and then I'm just... It's so hard to even describe because it's just so all over the place.
Focus.
Yes,
I'm just tunneled,
and it's very negative thinking. Like, God, I'm going to be so bad at this. I can't do anything. How am I supposed to do this? How can I do this job? How can I get a job down the road? How am I going to make money? How am I going to get paid?
Jamie,
I know.
Stop.
And also, what some things that I'll do when I'm in a spiral, especially if it's during the day and I'm working. I'm working while this is happening and I'm crying. God, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting at home at my desk, which is over there. And I am just like, I'm sobbing.
So high functioning. Let's make a podcast and try and help other people.
Yeah. No, but Meg has I've gone to Meg's house in a spiral before, shown up at your house hysterically crying. Yeah. And but then like also what I'm doing is as I'm like trying to do the job at hand, like in that moment, and I'm spiraling, I'm also frantically and furiously job hunting, looking for other jobs. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to leave this job and I'm going to have to do another job. What?
And if you feel anxious just now listening to all this, imagine how Jamie feels.
Imagine what's in my fucking head. But then of course,
don't do this to yourself, friends.
My God, but I also feel like it is just a human experience. Like there's just so many factors and we just want to like do it. I feel like at the like core of it, I just want to do a good job. Yeah. But you're freaking out and my imposter syndrome is like, you're going to suck.
Your brain is literally trying to protect you. And that's what we've talked about. And that was when I read Get Sober Like a Girl or Get Sober Like a Woman, because I was curious about the literature. And that blew my mind when, this is related, I swear, but she was talking about from a biochemical evolutionary place. When you are in addiction, when you are spiraling, all these things, your brain is actually functioning as it's meant to function. Whoa. Because it's trying to keep you safe. So just to give you how to breaking that down, what she meant was if you look back at when literally the hunter-gatherers, you would find a handful of berries and you eat the berries and you get like a dopamine response because it's sugar and your body says, oh, yes, more of that. That's energy for my survival. And then you can what happens if you have 10 bunches of berries, you're going to get a really big sugar spike and your brain goes more of that. So what happened was, this is a wild story.
I'm interested.
So what happened was, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm getting,
what's happened with the berries? God damn it.
Meg becomes
deceased. Oh my God.
What a horrible.
We'll never know what happened with the berries.
But the berries are why I'm spiraling and now I'll never know about that. And Jamie starts to spiral.
I'm having a spiral mid-episode. God.
No, I'm going to try and be concise because I like to just blah, blah, blah. I love I love history. I love knowing where things come from.
Is being
already said that.
Concise? What is that word?
What is that? Concise? No sé. Okay, so you get a lot of berries. Then we figured out how to ferment alcohol. And you were able to, the dopamine hit that you get from drinking alcohol is like 1,000 times the handful of berries. So your brain...
Which is so funny because alcohol's a downer.
Yeah, but your brain goes, ooh, that feels good. More of that.
So you just keep going.
The lizard brain doesn't know. So you become dependent on more, right? So again, she was saying this is the cycle with an addict. And you're getting the dopamine release you need. And then your brain is literally saying, get more of that or you will die. And so this is fascinating shit.
Spiral or death.
So it's really, spiral or death. We have a lot of fun emo songs coming out of this podcast.
I'm so excited.
Merch girl.
That's what it sounded like.
Poker Face, also a wild, fun show.
Great show.
So it helped me to kind of stop beating myself up. I'm not getting rid of my responsibility for my life, but to know that, holy crap, my lizard brain is literally saying more of this stuff. It doesn't know right from wrong, essentially. And it's also, and Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. Again, take him or leave him. I take nuggets from what he does, but he did talk about that. Everything we do is our brain trying to get us away from pain and towards pleasure. Our brain is trying to protect us. Our vagus nerve, which is this thing that controls your autonomic nervous system, which if your body is in fight or flight, your body can't heal. Your body has to calm down. So your vagus nerve is this fat, chunky, thick ass nerve that's in the back of your head, and it goes down. It connects to lungs, heart, organs, everything. So I used to struggle with a lot of constipation. Vagus nerve was like fight or flight all the time.
Oh God.
Cannot release. But really, and I noticed that now, like if I'm really in a high stress and things, like my system slows down because your digestion slows down. That's why in today's society we have so many health issues. Is because our vagus nerves are like, we're gonna die.
Literally.
So literally our mastering of our minds, which is what we're talking about with this spiraling episode. Nichiren Daishonin, who is one of the Buddhist philosophers I study, he says, master your mind. Do not let your mind become the master of you.
No, which is so hard when you're so deep in it. The thing is that when you're in a spiral, it's like literally
you can't see clear.
You cannot see clear. You cannot see you can't even see tomorrow.
No.
Right? I'm too busy being like,
no,
everything is awful.
Yes.
Everything is awful.
Yeah, and I'm dying.
Everything is terrible. I will say a couple things. It's really, I like that you brought up the vagus nerve thing because I really need, I need to write a list, like a panic list,
a spiral check.
Ooh, a panic.
I was going to bring that up.
A panic. God, we're the same hive mind. We have hive mind often where we are such good friends and we talk so much.
We're such good
We're like friends that we are like thinking exactly the same thing all the time. No, but like a panic list of things to remember to do or not to do to try to get out of it. But I will say for vagus nerve wise, I mean, we've talked about it when I'm in a deep spiral. And of course, it kind of depends where I am at the time because I literally could be working and I can't do such a thing, but I will try to make an effort to change my scenery. You have to. I know for a fact, listen, I will not ever say I'm an expert on mental health in any way, shape or form or spiraling. We're just talking about it because it's relevant.
You're really good at spiraling. You're not an expert, but you're great at it.
I'm so good at spiraling. I do it at least once a month. Everything's fine. No, but because it just happened so recently. So, but change your fucking scenery. Like
immediately.
If I can, I will go for a walk. I will go for a walk. I will go for a hike. I will just get the fuck out of my apartment.
Sit in the sun.
Do anything to get out of your immediate scenery. Change it.
Literally, you have to change what your eyes are focusing on.
You have to pull yourself away from what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to break it. That's one thing. Another thing I would suggest, and something I'm saying out loud now so I can remember to do it, is I remember a while ago, we've said it before. This is only our second episode, but we have said on the first episode, I don't have social media, but I have been on the talk before.
She's dabbled in the talk.
I've dabbled. I was on it so deeply in 2021. Quit. But I remember back in 2021 that there was this trend going around to like I don't know if the words I want to use are like wake up your vagus nerve or just like maybe reset or shock your vagus nerve. But you would take a bowl of water and fill it with ice. And I've told you about this before too. And then like all you do is like put your face in the bowl of water. Yeah. I think for as long as you can stand it. And then take it out. And it's really meant to like wake your brain up.
You're changing your state.
You have to exactly.
And which I want to bring that up. Changing your state. Again, you guys, I am not a Tony Robbins fanatic. No,
but you like him. You said you like the nuggets he says.
I haven't read his stuff in years, but I read a few books early in my self-help journey back in New York. And there are some nuggets that I've carried with me in my toolbox. And the change your state thing also blew my mind. This is related to the get sober like a girl thing where like, what does your brain do? What's its like base operating system? Everything that we do is us trying to change our state, our physical state. We don't feel good. How do I change the way I feel? How do I change my state? So for some people, I'm going to go binge eat. I'm going to go smoke. I'm going to go drink. I'm going to go for a workout, positive things. I'm going to call a friend. Everything we're doing, ultimately, we're trying to change our state. So like that cold water plunge, change my state. Literally go outside. You are physically changing your state. So that makes a lot of sense.
It's just so imperative.
It's so important.
To a spiral.
Yeah, so important to change your state. And yes, I love that you brought up the checklist because I think that's so important. I had a therapist do that with some of my mental health struggles where we had, like a safety plan where, okay,
I like that.
If you start noticing the warning signs that an episode is coming on or whatever is going to happen, we need to go through your checklist. You need to have your safety people, the people that know what's going on with you that you can safely reach out to. And I think with anything that you might have, even if it's like, I know we keep coming back to dating, but it's truly, if you
we're
know
single
that,
girls out here, so
if you know you have a tendency when it comes to when you meet a person and then the next day and you notice you have a tendency to like go to certain places and behave certain ways and you're like, this isn't healthy, it so behooves you to have that written down so you can physically see like, oh, girlfriend's doing this, oh, and now she's doing this.
Maybe not,
but all that aside, it is really, I love this idea for you especially. Maybe this will be your homework and we can share another episode.
Have a checklist?
Yeah, to see like...
Well, it's so funny that you even bring that up because I don't have like a spiral checklist, so I do want to make one, and that's a great freaking idea, literally. But over on my desk from my last therapist, I have all these reminders because we would always have sessions and they were good. And then she, I don't know about you or anyone else listening, but I'm 37 now. And
so fresh.
I still will say to myself, someone will say something to me and I'll go, I'll remember that. No, you won't.
No, you won't, cutie pie.
That's so sweet.
No.
Oh, you sweet girl.
Maybe 12 rotations around the earth ago.
Maybe, but not anymore. So now, but like she would keep giving me homework and she would keep telling me to do these things and I would not do them in between sessions and she'd be like, how'd it go? And I was like, I didn't do it.
Obviously.
Why would I do it? So I finally, after we would talk, immediately I have this little whiteboard. I think that's one of the better things. And you have them all over your apartment.
I have many whiteboards.
Real whiteboards because
I have to see things.
I'm also visual like that too, but it's not just a piece of paper I'm going to throw away.
Correct.
Or like destroy in some way. Like the whiteboard's harder to destroy.
Must destroy.
Well, no, like if you have like little pieces of paper lying around.
Ineffective, stupid list.
Do you know what I mean though? But they can get wet. They can
definitely get wet.
They can get tossed away because you're just like in a cleaning frenzy. You're not thinking. Anyway, a whiteboard I really highly recommend, but I have a lot of thoughts and things that she would tell me you have to try to remember to work on. So for me, for instance, it's like, living in the and. It's difficult.
Yes, and
I'm not good at living in the and. My life was I'm such an or person. It is either this or that.
This or that.
There was nothing
this
to me. There's
that.
Nothing in between. And she'd be like, it's all in between. You gotta.
There's
it all
so much
exists.
and.
There's so much and.
Everything.
That's another day. But anyway. But also, honestly, on my board is cognitive training because. And actually, this really does pertain to the spiral because there would also be so many nights from my grief in the past and other traumatic experiences where I would have spirals before bed, before going to sleep. And like, that's one of the worst places to be, right? Because if you're spiraling during the day, there's still more
things
day
to
and
do.
night. So you can go places.
What do you do at night? Go to 7-Eleven?
Do you know what I mean? No, but like when you're in... I love a good Slurpee
to pull me out of this spiral, man. Whatever it takes.
But you know what I mean? Like when it's during the day, you have more day and night ahead of you, which could be good or bad. But like in this instance, I'm saying like there's more time to go do something or go see someone or talk to someone. When it is bedtime and you are in bed, all you have is just, it feels like endless hours ahead of you that you're not going to fall asleep. Your brain won't shut up. You're not going to fall asleep. You're getting more and more panicked. And you're like, and for me, it's like, I need to fall asleep. How am I going to fall asleep? And I'm watching the clock go down and I'm more hyped. The hours are, the hours are ticking away and that's less hours I'm going to have for sleep. And I need to get up early. And I'm like, God, endless. This is my brain. Welcome.
You're making me stressed.
But
I'm like actively controlling my vagus nerve.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm panicker. Like this is what happens in my head. But when I would tell my therapist about that, she'd be like, you have to, or other spirals I would get into, she'd be like, you have to train your brain, which means for me, if I feel those thoughts coming in the way she didn't tell me to do this, but the way I picture it is like as soon as I feel the thought coming in, I imagine like a freight train just going I'm not kidding, slam it away. And there's like a lot of variations of that. I'll be like shut up in my head, or like no, or I just repeat a different thing over and over and over again in my head until it shuts the other one, like the mean one
I
up.
literally just maybe this year old, I finally figured out why it's always been in our vernacular to count sheep. I never understood that. I'm like, who is sitting around counting sheep? And just this year I've realized, oh, it's literally a cognitive exercise to quiet
your brain.
Because I do it. I'll lay in bed and I'll count 199. I'm not counting sheep. I'm just counting down from 100.
Oh, that's so interesting.
And I got to like 48 or something. I went, oh my God, this is why they count sheep, because they're literally just trying to like distract the brain so the brain can't attach to things.
Oh, that's funny, because when I'm not spiraling, but I'm also trying to fall asleep, I literally I imagine my breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Or gratitude.
And then I fall asleep.
There's this beautiful little song from White Christmas, which is such a lovely, lovely, very white film, White Christmas, with Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney and Danny Kaye, and just what a lovely. But there's this really sweet song that Bing sings to Rosemary around a little fire in Vermont, and he says, when I'm restless and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. It's so cute.
That is cute.
And I think about, again, we talked about last episode of human wisdom and how wisdom comes from experience, and it is as old as human time. And I love that it's just these little nuggets of, like, count your blessings. Think about, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to focus. Bottom line, what you're trying to do with your freight train is to change your focus. That's an NLP technique, neuro-linguistic programming. My mom is a divorce mediator, and she's always been, like me, she's fascinated by human psychology and the human condition and why we show up the way we do in relationships, whatever. And the stories, like why we get stuck in stories, because they keep us safe, they're comfortable. But she taught me that from NLP training was you literally have to say, stop.
Yes.
You have to do something physical. So like, she's like, pick a physical thing. I literally sometimes will go, stop it. We may have already talked about this, but literally,
my button?
Oh my gosh. I
Meg
got Jamie a no button.
Because it's my favorite word.
Make sure they can hear it.
No!
That
was a good one.
May have blasted
that was
it.
Such
Maybe we
a
should
good
have a little
one.
farther away.
No.
Simple to the point.
Jamie's no button.
It's a full sentence.
That was her
folks.
Christmas
It's a
present.
full sentence.
It was a full sentence.
Oh yeah, and again, if you're not watching on the YouTube, but you should go to Chronic Pod on YouTube. Meg, as a gift, bought me a no button, and it just says no in a variety of different ways.
N-O, no.
Yeah.
Fantastic. No, but yeah, you really have to just like say something,
Say
just
no.
to be like, sure.
Yeah, but so our friend was spiraling this weekend, and then she started spiraling, and Jamie and I both were like,
Get out.
Get out.
I said, go to those stores right by your apartment. Go get a tea. Like, that's the thing.
Go get a tea.
I do want to emphasize.
I don't know why I pictured a T-shirt. I'm like, why would she go buy? I guess that's fun.
Go to Target.
You meant TEA.
Go to Target. TEA, the drink, because she likes tea.
Target is great
Love
to
Target.
break a spiral.
There's
Talk
so
about
many different sections and areas
to focus on.
Truly, though. But, and also, by the way.
Shout out Target. I have to go to
This
Target.
might be like a really silly. We should go together. I'll go to Target.
I have to go after this.
Okay.
I have been out of floss for 2 days, and it is a nightmare. I tried to
for
use.
you?
I tried to use sewing string. No, it breaks right away. I like had to borrow Julie's.
I love that you tried string. Just
You don't understand.
no.
You don't
Also,
understand. If
you
I
all don't understand because I'm at her house a lot, and literally, she is after we eat, immediate floss. Eat something else, floss.
I am a dentist's daughter.
It's so true.
I floss multiple times a day, and if you don't floss, we're not touching mouths.
She just wants a clean mouth.
I want a clean, flossed mouth on my mouth.
No, but that's very funny. But I do want to also emphasize that, like, I know that not everyone maybe can like afford to go just buy things, and that's not what I'm encouraging either. I'm also just when I said like go get a tea or coffee, this might be something stupid to say, I don't know, but like, you know, you can make tea and coffee at home, and I rarely buy coffee when I'm out or Starbucks or anything.
Never.
However,
Can't rationalize it.
but these are the kind of things where I'm just like, that's the time that you treat yourself, you know?
Can I share my favorite spiral hack?
Yes.
It's so inappropriate.
Please.
It's not inappropriate. We are human beings in biological bodies, okay?
I feel like I know where you're going to go, but I'm curious.
So, friends
Is it a buzz?
and families. Is it a buzz? Buzza's going to talk about buzz. I swear by this. So my first psychiatrist gave me the first 2 steps of this, and I may have added a third.
Oh, wow, intriguing.
So I often start to go down with my mental health, usually in like the early afternoon with circadian rhythm. I get tired, and when I get tired, it can be a slippery slope. I've always been a baby about needing my sleep and whatever. So he would tell me, if you start feeling that, if you feel the cloud coming on, you need to have a nap and then have a little bit like a green tea, something lightly caffeinated or something. So that was cool. I have found 10 out of 10. I'm sorry to those of you who have 9 to 5s and have to be at the office, but as someone who can work from home,
I was gonna say, because you included the nap, and I was like, listen, I work from home most days, but I think it horrifies me to take a nap. While I'm
also
supposed to be
car
working.
naps are very real. Like if you have a lunch break, because again, this is a vagus nerve thing. So if you have a lunch break and you're able to go sit in your car even for 10 minutes and do, my mom says it, I'm going to go Shavasana. If you can even Shavasana, which means literally just close your eyes and just stop for a second.
It's so
There's
hard.
something like crank the chair back, put on your wah music, whatever you got to do. But 10 minutes, set your alarm and just close your eyes and just let your body
like a Sadakar chant.
Just go. That's why it's called Sadakar, because you're supposed to do it.
Whoa, nice. Wait, maybe I should do that.
I will pay money to see video of you doing Sadakar meditation in your car.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, friends,
Challenge
I hope this takes the nation by storm. But yeah, so I swear, 10 minutes. Close your eyes. Go. Have to go into the storage room, whatever it is.
No, I do like
take your
that.
10. It's changed my life. But my formula, as somebody that has the privilege of being able to be home during the day, is shower if I want to, hot shower
if I want
so
to.
I can move the lymph, move all the stuff, get into my bed, buzz one out.
I knew that's what you were leading to.
15 to 20 minutes, no more, because then I get groggy. Wake up, have a little caffeinated beverage, like a tea.
You're doing this out of order.
And a little snack, because I need a little calories.
You always need a snack.
And it brings me back. It is a reset on the day. I swear by the shower, buzz, nap, snack, caffeine.
Well, I was going to say, I'm not encouraging
sanctifacta.
public lewd behavior, but technically you could find an empty corner somewhere with your car if you're going to do a car nap anyway.
That Conde parking garage, not that I've done it in the Conde parking garage.
You totally could have.
But you could have. We worked at Conde
Nast.
Nast.
If you have a car, we had a parking garage and it was quite
deep.
dark and deep and many levels, and there were some levels nobody went on. So one time I found some guy doing like a photo. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just like one of those dudes who's like obsessed with his BMW and he had like a literal like light. And he was taking photos of his car in the
dark parking lot the dungy.
He had like a light,
right? But in the basement parking lot, as opposed to driving to the beach or any other place in Los Angeles.
Maybe that's what he was doing with his break. But I do
are out of their minds.
Literally,
this city.
I don't understand car guys. No offense if you're a car guy.
Yeah, we support car guys.
No,
but
oh yeah, that's totally what I meant to say. I do support car guys.
I just realized that we're both wearing green
on a green couch. You will almost always see me in black.
She never wears green, but she looks so good in green.
You love that color. Oh my god,
she wears it for me. She comes in.
But I also didn't know you were showing up today in your green. And I almost wore a hat.
Hive mind.
I almost wore a green hat. No, but I really like what you're saying, and actually, especially for those of us that do work more of a classic 9 to 5 situation, and if you're in the office or even if you work a hybrid schedule, that's something we should all work towards. No, but like, I know we all feel like, regardless of your schedule, when it comes to work, I know that we all feel like I can't leave my computer. I can't do these things for myself. I have to be chained to my work. I have to get it done.
Because I have to prove that I'm a good worker and blah, 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 blah.
But you know what though? Like, it's funny because I also do try to tell myself like, someone will message me or email me or text me or call me if something is urgent. If you needed it right this second, you'll let me know. Yeah. And if no one's banging down my phone or my door saying, where is it? Then why am I worrying about it?
Yeah.
So I really like that. So guys, maybe we'll try to round it back or just, wrap things up about spiraling. But now's a good time to maybe mention that you guys, we want to hear from you. We want to hear about your spirals.
Yeah.
Or your good things.
Don't go crazy with it. Cause yeah, we want to hear about your spirals. But also we want things to be positive and keep we're doing this as we try and identify patterns. We're data mining. We're trying to see ourselves clearer.
So please reach out to us. Tell us about your spirals and also your maybe if
Happy
you guys
spiraling.
have other ways that you yourself get out of a spiral, share the wealth. We want to know.
Yeah.
But things that we talked about today. So having a game plan, or how did you phrase it?
Yeah, a game plan or a checklist.
A checklist, that's what it was. So have a
Yeah.
checklist
With
of
people on there that you can reach out to.
Why don't you give a better say it.
So yes, I think having your checklist, your go-to, having your people you can call or text, even if you just need to say to someone, I'm spiraling and I don't want you to pull me out of it, but like this was part of my checklist, whatever it is.
Or you know what? Actually, I want to just piggyback onto that. Maybe if you have special people like or certain people that you know and they like mutually that you're going to reach out to each other, like a panic buddy. You guys can even like make it kind of fun and
have
have
a
like
word, a panic button word.
or like an emoji, right? If you're panicking, like because sometimes this can happen when you're out and about. You don't know when it's going to happen. So having maybe like a little code word or a code emoji with a friend, that could be really cute.
That's something that my roommate, our friend, she sent me a video about that this psychologist was saying, gosh, nothing. The fact checking on this episode is non-existent. So it could all be hearsay, but you know what? I liked it. So
But also if you're on TikTok, you
already know.
It already is. And that's where she got it from. I know for a fact.
I know for a fact it was her TikTok diving. But he has a very successful podcast, and he only brings on top of field thinkers.
Is it Jay Shetty?
I don't know.
What do you look like?
But I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
So, but he said that we only can, I think, feel the emotion or be in the thing for like 8 minutes or something. That's all it takes is 8 minutes.
Interesting.
So he said his code word that he teaches people to tell their friends is, hey, can I have 8 minutes of your time?
Ooh.
And then the person knows, okay, this person is in crisis, so they really need me. But we both have the boundary of I'm only going to give them 8 minutes because I know we're wrapping this up, but something I thought about earlier on was you would say you'd come to my house like sobbing and just like spiraling.
I have.
And she would really be apologetic. I'm so sorry because like you're sick and you're the one, because there were some days where I was on the couch like,
and it's just not what you need.
No, but I disagree. So
that's
like
the distraction.
That's what I think is so interesting. Some of us think, yeah, when you're sick, it needs to be all about you. Absolutely not. For me, it's been the opposite.
You do like to help people. It feels better.
The less I focus on this shit, and you give it space, but you coming in hysterical, I was like, yeah, not because you're having a hard time, but because it's so nice to be able to be there for someone else when you feel like you are constantly needing help. I loved it. I love it to this day. So, you know, I'm just throwing that out there. If you're having a hard time,
don't worry.
Yeah, it's really great. Like, take the focus off yourself by helping someone else. If you have the capacity for it, let's be kind to ourselves.
I love that.
But
and also you're like shock your vagus nerve, take a cold shower, do the cold.
Just have your friend punch you right in the back of the neck.
Maybe. No, but take a cold shower, do the cold water, face in a cold bowl of water to shock your vagus nerve, change your scenery.
Change your scenery. And
Get
if you
out.
are, I really also want to be sensitive to people that are listening that might actually be bedridden or in a hospital bed or whatever, or have some kind of that are differently abled. Let's get creative. There are still ways to change your state with, like, for me, this is wild, but I would listen to house music so loud on the floor on my chi machine, which is this little machine that I put my ankles in, and it goes me.
It's very fun to look at.
It moves the chi in my body, so I'm just on the floor like wah 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 wah. And I listened to super loud house music on days that I couldn't walk, and it would change my state. So
just change your scenery, change your state.
Boom, change your focus.
And then on that note, just one more time, what you said earlier about, especially when you're at work or you're just doing maybe something you're obligated to do, an obligation for the day, literally get up from whatever you're doing and close your eyes, get in the dark, step away.
Ask your coworker how they're doing.
Literally.
Change your focus.
Change your focus. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope
you got
maybe
one nugget.
Something, especially out of it. Lots of good stuff.
Oh, and just to leave you with this, the update on my squirrel man encounter last month. He ghosted me. Bye.
Everything is terrible.
Everything's for a reason. I had a great experience. This
It's
person
still a
ghosted
win.
me.
It's still a win.
It's a W on the board, and I
it's
really
his loss.
Thank you.
So lame.
But I'm not even tripping about it because
No.
I'm just like, you know what? The universe said it's moving through. This was just one stop, and we didn't. The train
needed
didn't
the ego
stop.
boost.
I did need the ego boost.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I'll take it.
Guys, take the fucking ego boost.
Take it.
It doesn't have to lead to anything.
No.
It's just, it feels good to get the ego boost.
Yeah.
And have a good experience and good time.
Yeah. So that was the update.
Hey, well, Meg, another one in the books. Good times.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Thank you
Loved
so
hearing
much.
you talk.
Yay. Loved hearing. Oh, God, I talk so much.
No, she doesn't. Take care, Mom.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.